Hello, everyone, and welcome to the finale of Separate Ways. So, we're pretty much in the endgame area. I think I mentioned it before, but we're right underneath the chapel for the sanctuary and also not very far away from the oil rig area. So, all we need to do as Ada is just make our way up to meet with Leon at the chapel so we can help him out. I do kind of want to gloat a little bit about the fact that I was right about the briefcase being a range extender for the communication hubs, because it would make sense that, given the note we found from Krauser, it says that the communication hub is the center of their spy ring. So they're able to listen to people all around the world, different military complexes and governments and things like that, and hear their operations and everything that they're doing just from that little island. And so their tower should be a good place, even though it was also on top of like another research facility. But their tower should be a good place to attach a range extender. That way, that in the event that somebody wanted to get rid of an island and any evidence of them being there, they would basically be able to do so with a remote detonation. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip this guy, just because I don't want to waste all of my ammo fighting him. I know that we're probably gonna have access to a merchant soon, uh, probably like on the surface, but for now I'm just gonna save what I have so I can continue fighting just in case there's a bunch of enemies that we have to worry about. I think the guy is wearing Krauser's hat. I think it's funny that the developers have a request for you to find Leon's like jacket because a villager picked it up, and instead of putting it in a chest like some of the other treasures, he picked it up and basically like put it on as if he's just like, wow, this is so cool. And for that guy, he's wearing Krauser's hat, and I know that Krauser like throws his hat when he starts fighting like Leon. And so it kind of makes you wonder a little bit if the parasite makes them as mindless as the researchers thought that they did. I think the reason why the researchers kept saying that the villagers or the soldiers here were mindless because they pretty much didn't have any free will. And for the researchers, that a loss of free will is frightening. And it is frightening, being controlled by a parasite to do whatever, somebody says or that parasite wants you to do is frightening. But I think, given all of the things that we've been seeing in RE4 and this one, with the fact that the villagers, if you line them up and they end up hitting each other, are just like, hey, watch out, asshole, basically. Or like, I got him, I got him. Like, they're talking like regular, like, people. And then, of course, you know, the villager that had Leon's jacket, he was wearing it. It wasn't stuffed in a drawer. He was wearing it. And then Krauser's hat. I think that guy was wearing it because he was probably one of Krauser's soldiers. And he thought that he looked cool in the hat, or he was wearing it to honor Krauser.
Almost there.
I can hardly contain myself. You're really gonna do it, stranger?
I have a theory about the merchant. I think the merchant was hired by the US government and Wesker's organization as a supply drop for their agents within the area. So Leon is using the merchant to buy weapons and upgrade weapons because he was literally dropped there with just a pistol and a prayer. And Ada, needs a little bit of like extra firepower because while she was a little bit more equipped for the job since she knew what she was going into, at the same time, both of them can't go through both all of these areas that we went through, a castle, a village, an island, without some form of like weaponry, given that everybody only has like either crossbows or melee weapons.
Anything else pleasant travels? Welcome.
My second theory, because there's a part 2 to this theory, is that he was hired by Wesker to do a sub-objective like Ada. And the sub-objective was to blow up the island. And of course, he's like, yeah, hell yeah, let's blow up this island. And I don't think it's because he was like, oh, the president's daughter. I think he's just like, all abominations that are on this island need to go. And Wesker's just like, yes, agreed. Kind of like playing off because Wesker can be charming and manipulative, as we saw in Resident Evil 1. He had been an undercover like police officer, head of like an elite like police force, like task force, like SWAT team, and was helping people left and right, all the while he was working as an umbrella operative. And his like teammates, like while they thought he was strict, were following him around just like he's like the best officer we've ever had. So I do believe that Wesker probably paid him with the intention of either providing the materials and the blue flame to protect the operatives while they planted the charges so that effectively they would be invisible to all parasitic like hosts, or he was the one who was planting the charges because he had to get from one place to another. So he's just probably like, don't mind me, just planting a charge. Excuse me,
Join our covenant. All blessings unto him and the sweet mercy they bring. Exalt all, and let it be so. Leon! Go!
Tribulation. You're the one in for a whirl.
Fear the wrath of God.
Okay, so I fully admit that I was not ready for that battle. So we're gonna try again.
Join our covenant. All blessings unto him and the sweet mercy they bring. Exalt all, and let it be so.
were the one in for a whirl.
There is no escape.
So I kind of forgot that Ada comes in on the cutscene and distracts Sadler with enough time for Leon and Ashley to escape, which is why I died, because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna escape now, right? Right? And then I died. So yeah, I kind of forgot. But, you know, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it this time. We're gonna try to make it through. Something that I want to mention before I forget is that it sounds like Sadler knew who Wesker was. It's quite possible that Sadler knew that Wesker was an interested party in like his parasite, but maybe it also was because like the researchers that Sadler gathers to study the ambers and the parasites and things like that were all probably researchers that Wesker had looked into and probably talked about possibly joining his organization, which ends up uh, just falling into leagues with Excelsia for Tricell.
You need to be punished. Enter toward the path of righteousness. Heretic. Blasphemer. The avarice of the wicked shall not be abided.
I feel like the best advice, as always, with most Resident Evil bosses is to keep your distance and to make sure that if you or haven't already upgraded your gun, you upgrade your gun before you go into the fight and bring lots of grenades and flash grenades because you never know what the boss could be weak to. And anytime that you see a glowy eye, hit it. Because his weak spot will open up in his mouth. Like, you can shoot, if you shoot his head enough time or do enough damage to him enough time, his, like, a little glowy spot will show up in his mouth and you just hit it a few times and then you get this.
Control, come in. I have the package. This is gonna be hard to explain at customs.
Well done, Ada. Evacuate immediately.
Understood.
Someone is coming to pick you up.
trust everything is fine on your end, too. Yeah.
Ada! Southern! You renegade! You have forsaken only body. The great thirst to become one with us.
Absolution.
Not long into the battle. Things on this island start popping off. Time to wrap things up.
So I kind of wish when I was up here I took the shot. Just because I'm in a great vantage point. I can hit like the eyes on the legs better. But I didn't end up taking it, so I kind of regret it, but I'm probably going to go back and look to see if I could hit it. And if I can, that's pretty cool. If I can't, you know, no worries. I understand sometimes like games have limitations on what you can and can't do. So as we make our way to the top of the tower, I just want to go ahead and talk about some of the games that I want to do for the channel. Just because I know that I'm probably not going to have enough time near to the end because the credits, I kind of skip through the credits a little bit and it goes from one cutscene into another cutscene. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about them now. So the first game that I want to try to play for the channel is called Tales of Iron, and it's a independent game. It came out in like I want to say 2012, not 12, 2021, 2022, but basically it's a hand-drawn RPG adventure where you play as Redgi, who's the heir to a rat throne, and you have to restore your broken kingdom by banishing the merciless frog clan. So it's kind of very reminiscent of Rats of Nymph. I don't know if anybody has read that book, but it has a lot of battles in the book as well as like political intrigue, but from the point of view of like rats fighting crows, I think it was the main enemy is a murder of crows. And so I wanted to give it a try just because it seemed like pretty interesting. The other game is Man of Medan. We've played through The Devil in Me and The Quarry, and Nicola has played through Until Dawn. So I thought it'd be nice to just kind of play through another one of the Dark Picture anthologies. I don't know if I want to try out Little Hope, just because from what I've seen of it and what people have said of it, I tend to agree that it just really wasn't like a fun game. Like I do feel like Little Hope kind of missed the mark on some things, and it could have been a little bit more, but it's okay. I will think about playing it, but I'm probably just gonna play through Man of Medan.
Oh, deja vu.
I'm getting sick of your shit.
The other game that I wanted to try to play was a game called A Weird West, which is a dark fantasy reimagining of the Wild West. And I thought that would be fun. It's an RPG action adventure, and of course, there's choices, dialogue choices, and things like that. There's different characters that you can play as, and I thought that would be fun to give a try onto the channel. So, those are three of the games that I was thinking about playing through. Of course, I do want to play through Alan Wake 2, and eventually I will get to Alan Wake 2. I probably will play it closer to the start of the new year in like December, and the reason being is because I don't know how Alan Wake 2 is. It's probably like 20 to 30 hours, and I want to try to devote as much time to it as I can. And so right now, really the only games that I can play, because during regular non-holiday hours, I'm fairly busy. But on holiday time, I have a little bit more leeway in terms of editing and recording videos, because pretty much the only people that I would be with is just family, and because I don't have to wake up and go to work, and I think I explained this last year, but because I don't have to kind of wake up and go to work and pick up children from school and all this other stuff, I can just take my time, hang out with family, record a video, or play through an entire game, edit all of it and in one go, and then just upload it as we went. So yeah, I'm still want to do Alan Wake 2, but it'll probably have to be a little bit of time before I actually start playing it.
Leon needs help. Hurry!
give you a holy body. Ada, what the hell are you doing?
Nothing personal, Leon. Luis and I had an arrangement. Don't worry, I'll take good care of it. Ride's here. You coming?
I think we both know this is where we go our separate ways.
I see. Better get a move on.
Cute.
Until next time, Leon.
Leon!
Patch me through. I've obtained the amber.
Excellent.
Just one question. What are you planning to do with this?
I do not pay you to ask questions. All you need to know is a new dawn is breaking. 100 will give their lives so that just one may live. I am expediting that change.
So, we're talking millions of casualties.
Billions.
How ambitious. We're changing course, now.
And with that, we are officially done with Resident Evil 4 Separate Ways. I just want to say that I really like the fact that I was right twice in a row. I know, it's because, like, I was right about the communications hub, and I was right about the boat. I probably am not right about the merchant, but I was right about the communication hub and the fact that Wesker is using a boat for his research facility. Bam, right twice. So, with that being said, I do want to do more Resident Evil games for the channel because I think they're really fun, and I think you guys, would enjoy me kind of like playing through it and being frustrated and just kind of like, why would they do this? But with that being said, we've reached the end of our video. I'm gonna let the rest of this play through, I'm really glad that you've joined me on my playthrough Separate Ways and all of my rants and ravings and everything. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.
This is Control, you're flying off course, report. This is Control, you're flying off course, report. This is Control, you're flying off course, report. The pilot isn't responding. Sir, the explosions failed to detonate simultaneously. Calculated destruction is well below 50% of the estimates. Most of the island remains intact.
Oh, Ada. What to do with you?
The choppers is still within range, sir. Should we open fire?
No. Her little act of defiance changes nothing. Besides, we have all we need. We continue. As planned. Soon, the sun will set on the age of man.